Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We have Ale, Shaka and Don. My name is Kay Murray, and we will start straight away with some percentage questions.
Oh, here we go.
For Don.
Strength.
You know what's done.
The strength of his
Once
game.
Don is on, 100% chance that we'll have percentage questions.
It is the strength of his game.
It's about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I've just commentated on Bodo Glimt beating Roma. This could
All
be
right,
my
let's get them out of the
worst
way then.
percentages
It's not 4
ever.
o'clock in the morning. Where's your
Let's get them out of the way. He'll be getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning a lot. There's a new baby on the way. All right. Liverpool to win the Premier League this season.
Oh, that is a 51-49.
Lampard to save Everton from relegation. Sorry, Frank.
25%.
25.
Ooh.
Chelsea to reach the Champions League semi-final.
Ooh, boy.
20%.
That's right. Spurs to be in the Champions League next season.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I think it's a 2-horse race, so it has to be 50-50 between them and Arsenal.
United to win the Premier League in the next 3 years. 0. All right.
Did you notice the angst in Don's face when he said it's a 2-horse race? So I better make sure I get this math correctly. 50-50. That's like the guy who's taking a penalty kick and takes it right down the middle. I just want to make sure.
Smash this.
He's getting there.
Let me just say, as Don's
Ali knows
percentages
you well.
go, this was good today.
Well.
You didn't mind it?
Yeah, I'm finding it hard to disagree too much with Don's percentages. And let's be honest, Don ain't with percentages.
I love that you added the too much. You're trying to compliment him, but
but let's be honest, it's a low bar, right? Let's just be honest, it's a low bar.
All right, Ali, you can answer on behalf of everybody here. Why do media and pundits make such a hoopla when a manager criticises their players in public? Every time a manager criticises the team, you guys act like it's the end times and start questioning the manager and saying things like, should he have criticised in public?
Because you keep it in-house. Your dirty laundry in-house. And once you shut those doors to the locker room, once you go back to the training ground, you can have a go to whoever you want to, however you want to do it. Right? That is fair game. And you can point at the video and you can say, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing what I asked you to do? All the things, and however you want to go and deliver those news, it's fair game. But when you put it out in the media, now you're hanging out your players to dry. For us to then go and say, well, this guy's not doing this guy's not doing that. Now the criticism builds and takes a life of its own. Something that could have been controlled inside the locker room, something that should have been inside the locker room, now becomes a public matter. And here's the other thing that I think is most important of all. Once you go and decide to criticize your players out in the media and out in the public eye, you still got to go back to the locker room and you still got to go face those same players that you're going to need for them to perform in order for you to be successful. So it's a fine balance. If you go out there and you criticize in the public eye, then you better be ready to accept the blowback that is coming from the players.
ESPNFC spokesman Alejandro Moreno.
Thank you very much.
Don, can Dele Alli ever find his way back to the form he once had? Do the guys have any theories as to why he can't even get minutes at Everton?
It's an absolute mystery. And of course, you want to see young players come back. I think there's great stories when you see youngsters that are struggling, Kay, and then come back and they look in the mirror and they find themselves again. Of course he can come back because he's a young kid and he's a talented boy, but there must be something a little bit deeper going on because he didn't get any minutes under a lot of good managers at Tottenham. So when you're someone like Dele Alli, you know, and you go through Pochettino and you go through Jose Mourinho and you go through Antonio Conte and Nuno, at some point you've got to look in the mirror and you go, is it me? And one day it will happen. It has to happen, otherwise he won't come back. And the day that he looks in the mirror and says, is this me? And he realizes it's him, then he can knuckle down, work hard, because that's the only thing that ever gets you through this is hard work. It's not sulking. It's not blaming 4 different managers. It's you coming in early, putting in the work, staying behind, doing extra shooting, extra dribbling, extra crossing, extra finishing, whatever you might want to do. And then there's always a way back. There's always one game, Kay, if you play well in when you get your chance, that you can make it back.
All right, I will stick with Everton, so I'll stick with you, Don, because it's your former club and it's one of your good mates. If Everton get relegated, is it over for Frank Lampard managing in the Premier League again for a while? I said your former club, make sure that it's not your former mate.
No, I honestly think they probably won't sack him. I mean, unless they lose every single game and it's a disaster, I think they'll have confidence in Frank going down into the Championship. I think it's the right thing to do. As I said, unless they go and get beat 5 against Man United and then 5 against Leicester, then obviously that sort of position becomes untenable. But if you go down with a fight and you show spirit, I'm looking at a team now that's not good enough, Kay. There's no fight in them. There's no leaders. There's not a lot of quality. So if you change the manager, if Everton go down, I think, in my humble opinion, and I'm not talking because Frank's a friend, I think it's the wrong thing to do. I think give him a chance because of the job that he done at Derby.
But what about him managing in the Premier League again for a while if he is to go down?
Well, you give him the chance of coming back up with Everton, and then you'd say, well, you know, it's been done before. Rafa Benitez took Newcastle down, and he brought them back up, so it can be done, and it has been done. So I think you at least in my opinion, have to give them the opportunity to, if they do go down, is have a summer window where you have a massive clear out, because the individuals and some of the big names are not good enough, and they've been proved that, and I think this season. So I think you give Frank the chance. I think you see if they can come back. If they come back, amazing. If they don't come back, then it's a struggle.
In the interest of needing more talk about Real Madrid-Chelsea, Shaka, what would it be like for a keeper trying to track the ball on either of Benzema's headers, especially the one that came on the curling cross from Modric that Benzema curled into the opposite corner?
Listen, I honestly don't think there's anything Mendy could have done about either of those 2 headers. Right after the second goal, Stevie Nicol called me to ask about Mendy's. Yeah. Without getting to the specifics, it was early enough. It was early enough in the day for Steve to still form full sentences. Let's just leave it at that. And to ask about Mendy's positioning and movement. And the thing is, as a keeper, you don't see how that ball is going back there. When that ball meets Benzema's head, everybody in the stadium watching thinks that ball is going one place, and that's to the goalkeeper's right. How Benzema does that is simply beyond me. And not only put it back that to the keeper's left, with the precision, not that it was a powerful header, but it had enough pace on it. I mean, just in pure footballing terms, that was as good a header as you will see in football, anywhere, anytime. As a keeper, that's not what you're expecting. That's not what you're playing for. So you do sympathize. So as far as the headers go, you just take that on the chin and say it was a great goal. There's no keeper in the world was ever going to save that. And you just move on.
Quick question.
Sure.
Stevie calls you. You see Stevie.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of thoughts go through your head.
Yeah.
And you have to go through this thought process and then make a decision. Answer the call or not. How did we get to answer the call instead of ignoring it?
I check the time. I see it's roughly 3:30, 3:45. Is TV on the show? Is he not? How deep into his shepherd's pie is he at this point? You know, these things you have to calculate. And you think,
Ali, do you ignore
Yes.
Stevie's calls?
I don't think Stevie calls me, first of all.
He calls me.
I don't know. I don't know that I qualify. No, he does call me, but I usually, when I'm at home, I have my cell phone away and because I'm a family man, okay?
Right.
I'm with the family, fully engaged, and I don't pick up the cell phone.
But usually just saying, what time are we in? Am I on today? Are we late?
Yes.
Well, you see, yeah. Let's be honest. From the time it hits 7:30, 8 o'clock, Steve Nichols calls on the ones you want to be answering.
All right.
We kind of, we know, and Stevie knows that.
All right.
Stevie knows that.
We love you, Stevie.
Stevie's missus knows that.
Shaka, there's a lot coming for you.
What? Oh.
I read that the jersey Maradona wore when he scored the Hand of God goal will get over $5 million at auction. How much would your most famous jersey fetch in an auction today? Surely the jersey that Shaka wore when Ronaldo scored his first Premier League goal would sell for a lot.
I think my most popular jersey would be the jersey I wore against Sweden in the World Cup. Well, that's the one. That's the good one.
And how did you do in that game, Shaq?
Well, as it happened, Trinidad and Tobago drew against Sweden 0-0. It was Zlatan's first start at a World Cup for Sweden, and maybe set the tone for the rest of his World Cup experience. But don't tell him I said that.
And did that feature in his book as well?
That part did not.
No, but what about the part of the goalkeeper from Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes, that certainly did feature. And I signed his book for him because I'm a nice guy.
Wow. You're special.
I'm a nice guy like that.
If you were going to, what do you think is the jersey that you'd be able to sell for the most in your own collection?
I think.
It has to be one of yours.
Oh no! What are we talking about? Yeah. What are we talking about?
She was whole mood changed. He's like, let me see. I got some.
Are you kidding me now?
My jersey?
There must be some nice comparable ones in there.
No, actually, the one that I think would garner the most attention, and see, I'm a global superstar, okay? I'm gonna say Hong Myung-bo from South Korea. He was the captain of South Korea in the 2002 World Cup. He was actually the bronze ball winner. And he played with me with the LA Galaxy, and I have his jersey signed by him. So if I went to Seoul and I said, here we go, I got this going on, I think I can get some money out of that.
You got that.
I'm not gonna do it because he's a dear friend of mine.
All right, Don, have you got a jersey that you think would fetch a bit of dough?
Does it have to be mine, or can it be a swap?
It can be a swap.
Lothar Matthäus. When I scored the winner in Germany, and me and Lothar Matthäus swapped shirts, and he took his shirt off, and he accidentally took his shirt off and left his captain's armband inside the shirt. So I've got that framed indoors. It's a beaut.
I don't quite understand why, while telling us that the swap was Lothar Matthäus, he had to remind us that he scored the game winner. Was that necessary? Was that part? I mean, that's just.
He wouldn't have even been in with a look in for the shirt otherwise.
Or it could be my shirt when I scored the winner at Wembley against England. Take your pick.
Hey, see, there we go. That's it, Don. That's it.
That's a good shirt.
Why did that get brought up, Don?
Well, just to let you know. Just to let you know.
You were allowed one answer and you've just started to get involved in there.
All upset for scoring.
Just want to spy Ali a little bit.
Oh, Kay's not pleased with you at all.
Let her know, Don. Let her know.
You just, go on, Don.
I believe you, Don. Good job, I'm a quarter Scottish, isn't it? All right, a couple of quick...
Kay, you can have my... Scottish now.
Kay, you can have my Rochenbach shirt.
Oh, okay. Fabio Rochenbach,
swap shirt to Rochenbach. Yeah.
All right, I'll take it. All right, a couple of quick fire for Shaka. Shaka, who is currently the best goalkeeper in the world? You have some choices. Donnarumma, Alisson, Mendy, Edison, or Thibaut Courtois?
Courtois.
All right. Do you care to elaborate? Or
no, I thought you said quick fire questions. I was like, bro, let's go.
All right.
Yeah, all right. People don't know this, right? But so Kay, as she's going through the questions, she crosses out the questions, right? Well, if there's only two left, and you said quick fire, why did you go on second to last question?
I'm ready to go.
There's only one left.
Come on, Murray, let's go.
It's a habit. I'm actually fuming at what Don said, aren't I? So I'm just like this, taking my anger. Right. Kay, please ask Shaka to pronounce temperament so we can all have a laugh and tell him that English is not a Latin-based language as he claimed. #Yachtgate, #Hammer of the Year.
Temperament.
No! No! No.
Let me tell you something.
No.
Temperament.
I did some research on this. I called 4 people in Trinidad about this, and we all said temperament.
Hey.
It's not my fault
What?
we speak English better than you English speakers.
Hang on. So you're saying that English is a romance language now?
Huh? I have no idea why. I just said something just to get out of it.
That was diversion. That was, look at the birdie over here. Do not pay attention to temperament.
I was trying to get out to go to something. I don't know what. What?
Could you try and say it the way I just said it? I just
What?
want it temperament.
Temperament.
But it's temperament.
That's wrong.
Right.
I can say it. Temperament, I can say it, but it's wrong. It's temperament.
Hey, even the people behind camera cannot stand the pronunciation
My fault.
of temperament.
Temperament.
Our camera guy back there, good old, our friend Mike, who's going on a fancy vacation. No,
Let's let him settle it.
Don't bring
Mike,
it up. Don't bring up Mike's vacation.
Mike, temperament or temperament?
Yeah.
You did say temperament in case you couldn't hear.
He's
All right.
American. He's American. He can't speak
Leslie.
English. It's not my fault. It's not my fault we in Trinidad and Tobago speak the Queen's English better than the English. That's not my fault.
Well, I'm not all English, all right? I'm a quarter Scottish.
Oh,
remember?
yes, that's right.
Don't forget, you speak that Latin bit.
That's right. From the Latin.
What?
Don, lastly, would you rather spend the rest of your life in Milwall or every meal you have has melted cheese on it for the rest of your life? Let us reiterate.
I'd eat melted cheese.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Every single meal
can't.
for the rest of your life.
Or live in Milwall. Cheese.
So, do you have an opinion on Milwall?
No,
as
no,
well?
I've got no
Not getting
opinion on
involved, is he?
Millwall.
Not getting involved.
None.
I'm not getting involved either.
Okay.
Cheese.
That's it. Cheese. Cheese it is. Every single meal. All right, next time you're here then, Don, we'll make sure that we give you melted cheese on everything.
Okay, I guess.
Thanks so much for your
Millwall is
question.
not that nice then?
Scottish Murray staying away from the Millwall question.
But with a very calm temperament, that's why.
Temperament. Ooh, temperament.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.